friends, my name is Emily and welcome back to my channel. Today I want to share with you the books that I want to read in January. Something about this job transition makes me want to just have a really clean break. Unfortunately, I have a huge pile of books that I have started. One of the things that I was really trying to do last year was to not have as many books on the go at one time. So I want to clear off this TBR. So let's start with the digital books. So the first book that I'm actively listening to is Outlander by Diana Gabaldon. I think this is my third reread of this book, possibly more. I just, in the past few days, wanted something very cozy and familiar. Perhaps it's because of some of the other things that I'm also actively reading in different formats that are a little bit dark and a little bit challenging. I just wanted something that I could turn my brain off. If I wasn't fully paying attention for a few moments while I crocheted something difficult, it was fine because I've read this book before. I can miss a minute or two and still know what's happening, still know where I am. I think I'm about halfway through. If I don't finish this one, if I decide to DNF it, it served its purpose when I needed it of being a cozy thing that I could sit and listen to. Next, let me take you to my Libby, where The Golden Enclaves by Naomi Novik has come back in. So this is a series that I loved the first book, and then I started to watch all the reviews and people were really critical of it being very info dumpy. I read the second book because I wanted to give it a second chance, engage with it again because I liked it so much the first time. I had hopes for it, and no, it's just information dumping. I put it on my library holds list. I saw it in a skip the line and borrowed it and got 52% of the way through. It's still information dumping, even though the thing that they were information dumping the most about isn't around anymore. Our main character isn't there, but we'll still info dump about it. And the frustrating thing is there's so much potential. We're seeing hints of things, but it's just so narrowly focused in on something that is very difficult to care about. I would like the character to actually do something. So I think I might give this maybe an hour on audio, see if it's worth finishing, and if not, just look up the Wikipedia because it's repeating a lot of the same issues. So those are the two audiobooks I have. I have one digital arc. I have it on my currently reading shelf because I am very bad about getting into a place where I request arcs. There's always one that ends up straggling and then I don't read and review it, and that's bad because I requested access to it. So I put this on my current reads pile so that I would read it. And so that is Infamous by Lex Croucher. I believe it's queer. It's queer Regency storytelling. So the first book was Bridgerton meets Mean Girls, and I really enjoyed Croucher's writing. So I did request access to this. I don't actually know what it's about, and I'm okay with that because if it has another comp titles, I don't want to know. Knowing that it was Mean Girls meets Bridgerton going into Reputation was not so fun. I think I would have liked realizing that it was Mean Girls meets Bridgerton for myself, as I saw some of the references come through. I am excited to get to this. This is the physical book that I'm actively reading at this moment. The Secret History by Donna Tartt. So I picked this up, I think in 2021 on audio and DNF'd it. It just wasn't working for me. Then there's that whole controversy that's happened around Babel by R.F. Kuang and her intro to the text, or her statements about the text being speaking back to a critique of The Secret History by Donna Tartt and Jonathan Strange and Mr. Norrell by Susanna Clark. Sorry, I have it over there. There's a video in here once I've read the books. I wanted to see for myself how Babel is speaking back to the two texts mentioned, and I hadn't read either of them. So I picked them up. This is really fucked up. I am glad that I'm reading it. Listening to it, it just wasn't working for me, but reading it, I got sucked in right away. I have every intention of finishing this in January. I'm about halfway through. I feel like I'm making progress. I will finish this. Something that I got a little stuck on, it's not what I expected, and I think I need to give it space to breathe, is Fates and Furies by Lauren Groff. So this is for, again, another video that I never got around to making, but I'm trying now. I picked up 2 comp titles that allegedly had normal people vibes. I started reading it. I don't know if maybe I haven't made it far enough. It's not giving me what I wanted, and I think I'm on page 75 of like 370 odd pages. So I have a definite sense of the flavor. I stopped to give it some space to breathe. And I think once I finish The Secret History, I might try coming back to this, just having detached it from the expectation that it's like normal people. Then we have a book that I am stuck on. This is gonna sound so stupid. I'm really enjoying Lilith's Brood by Octavia E. Butler, and I am very aware that her works are finite because she has passed away. I gobbled up the first 2, and if I finish this one, there'll be like one less new thing by Octavia E. Butler to experience, and it's so stupid. It's stupid that I can't bring myself to pick it up. At certain points, the material was too dark, but like I keep thinking about it in like lighter moments and being like, yeah, I should finish that, but if I finish that, then there'll be less of this author that I love that will be new to me to experience. It's so fucking stupid. I should just read it. I should finish it and then take pleasure in rereading Octavia E. Butler, right? Does anyone do this where they save a book that they're really enjoying because you know that the author is dead and there won't be any more? This is the last book that I don't have to read this month, but I want to read this month, and that is My Body Is Not a Prayer Request, Disability Justice in the Church by Amy Kenny. It's one of those impulsively hauled things, and I'm quite bad. I know this about myself. I'm quite bad about hauling nonfiction on topics with aspirations of projects. And so I started this, I started the intro, I haven't even made it into like the text proper, I've just read the intro. I have a loose project in mind, but I don't know what form or direction to go with it yet. And so I put this down, but I feel like new year, new opportunity to do projects. Let's see if I can reignite the spark in that project. This is the last of the books that I have already started and haven't finished, but will have to finish for a patron exclusive live stream. That is Fairy Tale by Stephen King. I was so excited when I purchased this. I'm really enjoying it, actually. I'm halfway through it and I'm really enjoying it. Once I realized that there was going to be a book club discussion on this, I put it on pause to read it closer to when I actually have to host the live stream. This I'm going to be starting back up because I have to host the live stream at the end of the month. So something new this year for the voting patrons is that they're going to help me choose a book each month to prioritize. All of the books are coming from my unread books, my TBR that you see behind me. Yes, it is massive. I'm well aware, that's why I'm trying to tackle it. Every month I have a prompt and I'm going to pick 2 books that fit that prompt. So for January, I had the prompt page to screen, and so I picked 2 books that have adaptations that I've wanted to watch. Obviously the books I want to read because I have them here. And the book that won is Emma by Jane Austen. I actually haven't watched any of the Emma adaptations. I'm interested in the Emma adaptation with Anna Taylor-Joy, but I haven't read the book. I have to read this month, so it's going on the January TBR. I don't know if I'm going to do monthly TBR videos. I don't know if that's something that I want to do, but I figured because there are so many books that I want to clean up as part of my goals, like I would love to get my currently reading pile down to like maybe 2 or 3 books. Like I always will have an audiobook on the go for multitasking. But yeah, I think there are just too many at this moment. I thought I would share them and try and like hold myself accountable. Let me know your thoughts on any of these books in the comments down below. Have you read any of them? I would love to hear your thoughts on DNFing versus a like currently reading pile that isn't active. Like I feel like a lot of us are not monogamous to one book. Some of us are, but a lot of us are like mood readers that go places, like follow the mood. So I'd love to hear your thoughts. Before we go, we have to thank my patrons who make videos like this possible. I really appreciate their support and the work that they enable me to do. Like I mentioned, the first patron exclusive live stream of the year is talking about Fairy Tale by Stephen King. We'll be meeting on Saturday, January 28th at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if you are interested in becoming a patron and having access to this live stream, it is available to patrons at all tiers. Link to the Patreon page is in the description box down below. It does help support the channel. That's there if you're interested in it. If not, small book club plans will be revealed shortly. Just keep an eye on the community tab, keep an eye on Instagram. I will be posting about the small book club that will start in February with a live stream at the end of February for everybody to discuss. The voting patrons have voted and picked a genre, and the genre for the year is horror. So now we're just gathering titles and I'm gonna put them in a reading order for us and we'll go from there. So keep an eye out for small book club stuff coming soon. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope that you are doing well, that you are staying safe, and I will see you soon with another video. Bye!